Super effective! Today's character breakdown is Pokemon Trainer, who is returning to the battlefield after their absence in Smash 4. The squad is back, and we're going to talk about Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. These three Gen 1 Pokemon first appeared in Pokemon Red and Green for the Game Boy, and some fun facts about Pokemon Trainer. The female Pokemon Trainer Green, who is introduced in Fire Red and Leaf Green, appears as 4 of the character's alt costumes. Trainer Red has gone on to become the official Kanto Pokemon League champion, and he has appeared in other entries in the series like Gold and Silver, but most recently Sun and Moon. What is going on, YouTube? I'm Choctopus. Welcome back to another character breakdown. Today we're going to be focusing on Pokemon Trainer, and like I said, this is a weekly series, so let me know in the comments section below who you want to see me cover next week. We're going to do it a little bit different this week because technically Pokemon Trainer is 3 separate characters, and I don't want to do a 30-minute video, so we're going to do kind of an abridged version for each character, and if you like something like that, let me know in the comment section below, and maybe I will adjust some of my guides going forwards. So out of the 3, Squirtle is definitely the fastest in terms of executing attacks. He has very low frames to use some of his air attacks, and he has very high DI. And for those of you who don't know what DI stands for, it's directional influence, which means you can influence the direction of an attack even after you use it with Squirtle. So if I'm going for a forward air, I can attack and then almost immediately I can move back to the place that I started. So that's going to make him a beast in the air, mainly because he's so light and so fast. So you're going to want to really practice short hopping with him, especially into forward air, because that's what I feel like you're going to be using the most when playing Squirtle and chasing people off the ledge. If you're looking to rack up damage, he has a couple of good attacks. He has his down air and his back air, which are multi-hit corkscrew attacks. So short hop into down air can deal upwards of almost 12 damage if you're good at it. Not to mention his down throw combos really well into a lot of his attacks, especially forward air. So if you're looking to be really aggressive with your opponents, you can do down throw into forward air into forward tilt. Now, you got to be careful when chasing your opponents off the ledge, because while Squirtle's really light and good in the air, he doesn't exactly have the best recovery. So it's very easy to get carried away and start chasing your opponents off the ledge, and then next thing you know, you can't recover because his range is so short. Now, when you're going for a kill with Squirtle, he's pretty weak, so you don't have a ton of options. Your only real options are to either knock your opponent either far enough off the stage that they can't recover, or you're going to have to land a smash attack. So Squirtle's up smash is probably the best because it KOs, I don't want to say pretty low, but, you know, around 100, depending on the size of the character, you know, you can knock them off. Not to mention it hits on both sides, so if you have someone that is doing constant rolling, and you know where they're gonna be, you can just hit an up smash, and if they're at high enough damage, you'll knock them out. Another option is you're going to use forward smash, which actually is pretty decent. I feel like the weakest is his down smash, which will knock them pretty far out at a high damage, but it's not going to kill them. And please, please, please do not sleep on Squirtle's neutral B, which is his water gun attack. You can charge it up, you can save it, but if you're too nervous to chase your opponent off the ledge for a forward air kill or whatever, you can use Water Gun to gimp their recovery. Maybe not Duck Hunt because he can fly a little bit, but if your opponent uses both of their jumps and all they have left is their neutral B or their side B, you can cheese them really hard with this attack. Ivysaur has a lot of range, so you're going to want to really utilize those long, gangly salad arms. He has some really good attacks that utilize his vines. Not to mention his neutral air is another multi-hit that does a lot of damage, just like his forward tilt. Especially Ivysaur's up air and down air, where you don't have to be right on top of your opponent. You know, you can hit them even if there's a pretty decent gap. Not to mention that his down air spikes at pretty low damages, so you don't have to chase your opponent too far off the ledge, which is a good thing because Ivysaur has a pretty crappy recovery. Like, you have to be facing the correct way right up on the ledge to catch it with his vine. So if you're down here and you're facing the wrong way, you're not catching that ledge. But similar to Squirtle, with Ivysaur, you're going to want to practice your down throw into your neutral air because that's what's really going to rack up a lot of damage. Now, as far as his special attacks go, you do have a side B, which is a Razor Leaf, and you can use that for spacing your opponents. It has really good range. It's almost the entire length of the Omega Field. His up air is pretty whatever. I mean, it's good for recovering, but, you know, you have to hit with the tip of your vines if someone's above you. It doesn't hit on the ground. His neutral B is really good, though, because you can rack up damage pretty hard with that Bullet Seed. As for his smash attacks, they have pretty good range, especially his forward smash, which hits from pretty far away. Oh, we're almost there. Hits from pretty far away. I think what you're going to be killing with most is probably his up, which in some cases will KO at pretty low damages. Let's talk about Big Boy Charizard now, who is the strongest of the three and has the best recovery, obviously, because he has some wings on him, so you can actually do 2 jumps and an up B with him, so it's easier to recover. Charizard's smash attacks are nice, especially his down smash, which hits on both sides and has some pretty good reach to it, so I can be all the way back here. Oh, maybe a little bit further up. I can be all the way over here and still hit my opponent. They're not going to KO as well as his forward smash. His up smash is decent. Probably the weakest of the three, I think. I think if you're going for a kill with Charizard, you are using forward smash. But if we're being realistic here, just use Flare Blitz. Every single time you want to get a kill, just use his side B, because that thing is absolutely ridiculous. Or if you don't feel like spamming Flare Blitz, there's some pretty good air options with Charizard. For example, his down throw combos into his forward air, even at higher damages, which is nice. Also, the attack comes out quick, so you'll be able to get a quick kill in around 90 to 100. His down air is nice as well because it spikes. If we can actually hit it. Come on, we can do this. There we go. And you can even short hop into it, which is cool. Now, the thing about Charizard's neutral air, which is this roll, is depending on what side of the enemy or what part of the roll you hit them with, you can knock them in a different direction. So if we throw Duck Hunt off the stage, for example, and we hit him with the beginning of the roll, which is like the head to the upper back or neck, you can knock them away. Now, it's a little harder to do, but if you catch them with the tail, you can actually knock them backward. Now, it's a little tougher to do in the air. I think it's easier to do out of short hop, but it's something that's going to require practice to get good at. Last, we have Charizard's up air, which is this swipe. It's good for enemies that are overhead, but you can't really do it out of your up throw because your enemies, even at 0% damage, are going to be thrown forward. Honestly, your best bet to combo throws into any air attack with Charizard is a down throw because you can short hop into a forward air or sometimes a neutral air, maybe even a down air in some cases. While it's not as good as Squirtle's neutral B, which is his water gun, Charizard's flamethrower is not bad for gimping some recoveries. Make use of Charizard's tilts because they're actually decent. His forward tilt has some good range with his tail whip. Then you have his down tilts, which is good for spacing because he'll throw his head and he'll do this headbutt and knock your enemy away. Now, the thing about his up tilt, and I'm not 1000% sure on this, is that if you have an enemy overhead, you can hit with Charizard's wings, but Charizard's actual hitbox to take damage is his body, which means using his up tilt is great because you have some extra range between being able to do damage and taking damage. The cool thing about Pokemon Trainer, though, is you don't have to be good with every character, but I think knowing how to use all 3 Pokemon at least a little bit definitely helps because all 3 of them have their strengths and they have their weaknesses. Not to mention that with Pokemon Trainer, you can almost counterpick your enemy mid-match. You know, you have 3 different play styles. If you're playing against someone that is using a heavier, much slower character, you might want to consider using Squirtle early on because you can really dominate with speed and Squirtle's air attacks. Whereas if you're playing against someone that has projectiles and you need space or you need to be able to get in there with some long range, Ivysaur is a good option. If you're playing against a character that is smaller, flies a lot easier and weaker, Charizard's good because you can rack up some early damage and get a quick kill. And like I said, just spam Flare Blitz over and over. Again, you could play one of the characters, you could play 2 of the characters. I recommend being decent with all 3. This way you can be dynamic on the battlefield. You know, you can start out lower damage with Squirtle, you can switch to Ivysaur, you can switch to Charizard, you can just go back and forth. And honestly, the possibilities are endless, which is why I really love playing Pokemon Trainer. But that's all we got for this Pokemon Trainer guide. If you enjoyed it, kindly hit the thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch where we've been live streaming. Follow me on social media where you can harass me if you want, I guess. But like I said, let me know in the comment section below, what character do you want to see me break down next? I'm honestly leaving it completely up to the comment section. I'm not picking each week. I'm kind of going through the comments and seeing what's most requested, and this week it was Pokemon Trainer. Now go forth, play some Pokemon Trainer, kick some butts. Again, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.